For me, in terms of like my passion what job do I want to work and all that, for me, it was kind of just if you make any good connections with some of the people that you deal with at that job, whether it's an internship, you make connections with your coworkers, or you're at a career fair and you make a connection with the person you're talking to. I think for me, that's gone a long way as to why I've made changes in jobs or why I've gone to certain jobs or whether I've stayed in a job for a couple of years or something. Like the people for me are what make the job, because you're going to be with them a long time. You're in a job most of the time during the day and during the week. So that's been the main reason why I've made any shifts, is because of the connects and the communities that you can make, because that makes me want to work harder, because you can kind of say I'm working for them or I'm working with them. We want to produce the best product we can. So that was, I guess, be my advice. Get the experiences, but also when you get an experience with someone and you have a good community and good connection, you never know where that's going to take you. And also you don't know what opportunities they'll be able to give you.
The way that I explored those paths was by talking to people who had done all of those paths through USC's alumni network and learning more about what their daily lives were like. I shadowed some doctors also to learn a little bit more about that path. Shadowing doctors while I was at USC was a really good way to understand what their day-to-day life was like and figure out whether it would be a good fit for me. A lot of the shadowing that I did at USC was actually in fields of medicine that ended up being unrelated to what I'm actually pursuing within medicine. But it was enough to get me excited about the field. I actually shadowed a lot of surgery and pediatrics while I was at USC primarily, but I'm going into internal medicine. And so it was interesting to get a sense of what a day in the life could be like. And now that I'm in med school, it's been interesting to shadow so many and to participate in the care of so many other specialties teams and kind of learn more about the great big world of medicine that exists out there.
I think the biggest thing that today, to this very day, I still have with me from USC is really the network and the people that you met along the way. I've walked into interview rooms and just the USC name kind of carried me through those interview processes. I've connected with interviewers or recruiters solely on the fact that we've both been to USC, and you can tell that they want to help you out. Even reaching out to people, at random, I remember when I was still at school, I would reach out to random people on LinkedIn and be like, oh, I'm interested in what you've done in this company you've worked at. Can I know more? Can I sit with you? And you'd be shocked at how many people would jump at the opportunity to help you out just because you both went to the same school. The network is very important, and make sure you utilize it. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to use your connections, because it's definitely a big thing. In the real world, it's connections that matter.
I think that for people who are more extroverted, they tend to be able to make more connections and have more meaningful conversations in settings that are very large, like a career fair or one of the really big dinners that are hosted, for example. For me, I'm actually a little bit more of an introvert, and so I tend to do better in kind of smaller groups. And so what really helped me was actually using the BME alumni list that my advisor provided me with, and just looking for people who were in each of the fields that I wanted to learn more about and reaching out to them. Usually there was an email address on the alumni list. And I think that pretty much everyone responded and was very happy to set up a Zoom call or a phone call and just answer any questions I had. I found that one question that was always really useful at the end of these informational interviews was, is there anyone else that I should talk to? Because usually they would have an idea of someone they knew from their class who was doing something that I was also interested in, but they just didn't know very much about. And so I learned a lot through my informational interviews, and it was really a key part in getting me to think a little bit more about medicine and less about engineering industry for me.